Morning.
Well,
Another
not
day.
good morning. Not good morning for you, right? Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Hi.
Morning.
Good
Brett's not here
afternoon.
today, folks. He's I don't know what he's doing. taking
JB's
a day
normally
off.
really good. He knows what's going on, but he can't see Brett here. I mean, come on. Use your eyes, JB.
Come on, JB. But morning to JB anyway, mate. We like that. We like it.
So yeah,
the
day
classic.
4 action underway. Those women's 400s, pretty red hot. Sub 4:10 to make that final, and obviously Katie Ledecky leading the way just outside 4 minutes. But what about that battle for second? Oof, who's going to make it? Tight.
I
It's
didn't
tight.
watch it.
4:10. 4:10 to get into a final is like really, really quick. Yeah, Leah Smith is 4:07.31, 4:06 for Weinstein. I think it's going to be a nice little battle. 4:01.8 in a heat. I like to see that. Like Katie Ledecky, she doesn't really care if it's a heat. She's going straight out. Predictions on Ledecky's swim for the final?
Fast. Maybe not world record fast, but
Jinx.
fast.
I liked it. Two people
Jinx.
fast.
Well, it will be interesting because her 800 was particularly fast. Her 200 was not as fast. So that
Yeah.
400 might be that sweet spot right there. I'm going to say 357.7.
Well, that's fast. I
Yeah,
said
fast.
fast,
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't know if I meant that fast. Nathan, 358.9. I like Nathan. He's had some good opinions. So I'm going to match him. 350. Nah, she's going to be quicker than that. Sorry, Nathan.
I'm going to say 357.1.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm
Well,
going fast.
when Katie does race, you don't know, do you? Like she could do anything. So that's the exciting.
I don't think she's got the easy speed though. Like I think she's obviously just got that. She probably needs a little bit more rest maybe, but that easy speed we saw it in the 200 it doesn't really have the quite easy speed of a full taper maybe. So I might be eating my words tomorrow, but we'll see. I'll give her confidence.
You know, she does have Ledecky does have a history of breaking the world record in the 400 freestyle at American National Championships. So, you know, just throwing that out there, that would be particularly fast, but I think she's going to be 357. That's what I'm saying.
What was she out in the 800, Nate? Do you know the split? Was she 400?
Stop it. Feet on wall. That's ridiculous.
Here it is.
4:01.7.
Yeah, 4:01.7. So like identical what you went this morning, 4:01.8. Yeah. That's crazy.
But that was to the feet, a halfway point of another race. So it's funny because you're like, oh, she was working this morning, 4:01.8, and it's like, no, she wasn't. She's just that much better. But I also think, you know, we can talk about second place, but Claire Weinstein, come on, we've got to give her some props after that 200. She actually beat Katie in the 200 free. I'm backing Claire 1,000,000%.
Oh yeah, for second place, 100%. Leah Smith, little off in the 800. You know, wasn't close to her best. Obviously, this morning I think she's been 4 minutes or 4:01, so 5-6 seconds off her best time. I don't think she's hitting on all cylinders. But this entire heat is filled with young, up and coming girls. Bella Sims, high school. Erin Gemmel, high school. Kevin Gormson, high school. Kenzie McMahon, NCAA champion in the mile. And Paige Madden made another final, so good for her. Jillian Cox, who just made it in the 800, she's ninth. She's out, as is Katie Grimes.
Jillian Cox is weird because she just went, what did she go, 4:09 there? She went 8:20 in the 800, which I'm not great at maths, but 8:20 divided by 2 is 4:10. So either she didn't have a good swim this morning or she paced that really well.
She was out in 4:07.7 in the 800, so that if she would have just went out what she went out in the 800, she would have made it back 5th.
Yeah.
Or 6th.
Yeah, there we go. Katie will get lane 4 at the finals at Worlds with Summer and Ariane either side. But
it's probably a good. It's probably a good prediction. It's probably a good prediction, like knowing how much Katie likes those qualifiers. So, you know, day 3 finals.
Oh, so who do you got for second? Who do you got for second?
Oh, second. I think Weinstein. I think just on form, that 200, too good, and probably Sims and Gemmel right there as well. But I think Weinstein in the form that she's in, and hopefully,
I think she's just one of these. I think she's just one of these swimmers that always swims faster at night. I think she's going to blow the
That's
doors
a really
off of
good
it.
thing.
I think it's going to be Ledecky, Weinstein, and then all these other people.
Do we think she can go sub 4? That's the bigger question. I think that's the question, really. Can Claire go sub 4? I know Nate's saying yes. Look at him; he's so excited.
Dude, I wasn't going to say she could break 4, but she's going to be close to breaking 4. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
Off a 155, surely. Like off a 155, she'll take it out. I'd like to see her have some courage and take it out in the first 2. Kind of see if you can hold on to Ledecky would be a good race for her. I'll take that.
If she goes 3:59 tonight, and now we have another girl under 4 minutes, that's going to
big.
Man, it just makes that race that much better. I mean, this is a young teenage girl. It's like her trajectory is still going up. So,
and to be in that final next year, especially, like even if you can't,
away.
I think when it's the race of the century, to tell your kids or your grandkids, I was in that final, no matter where you finish, it'd be an incredible thing.
Good experience for her too.
Come on, this girl just beat Katie Ledecky. She's not looking for experiences. If she's in that final, she wants to win. Like, come on. I mean, if you're talking about a sub 4 minute swim, you want to get a race.
There's levels to this 400 game, and there's only 3 on one level, and the rest are, let's get to sub 4 minutes, and then we'll talk again.
But look at Summer McIntosh like 2 years ago, and she was like, she's good at 400, but she's not on like Katie Ledecky's level. But look at her now; she's 16. Like if we're going to be honest, I've said this before. Summer McIntosh she's a level ahead of everyone else right now, and she will be beyond everyone else, especially next year when she's a whole 17 years old.
We're going to find out in a month. We get our first test, and can't wait. Day 3 finals, 8 finals. Last night's action. You think on the form that we saw in the meet so far, there weren't any surprises really. I found this great quote, and it goes, "Show up, show up, show up." And after a while, the muse shows up too. And I just think at this meet, these kids have showed up. Dare Rose has showed up. Thomas Holman showed up. Gretchen Walsh has showed up. Foster showed up. And look at their ages, 20, 16, 20, and 21. None of them have missed a beat. And then credit where credit's due last night. Under pressure, Katie Grimes and Torri Huske both showed up. And I just go through those swims, and I think the 100 flies were both brilliant. And we'll start with the men's. Dare Rose, out of Cal, runner-up in the 50. He's the Oludare, his name in Nigerian means gift from God. Mate, this dude is a gift from God for this Team USA, that's for sure. 50.74, 6th fastest American in history, 17th all-time. His time would have got him bronze in Tokyo, would have got him silver at Worlds last year. And then Hellman again at 16 years of age, 51-1. Second in the 200, now second in the 100. So he's got both those individual swims. With this 100 fly, with this race, look at this field. Like, it is a lot of misses in this field for this meet. Casas, Harding, Dressel, and Jet, and Julian, they've all bombed here in Indianapolis. And it had to be these two guys to step up. And I'm just so happy that they both did, and they both get these individual spots.
Sonny, your thoughts? Megs?
Yeah.
I think looking at those splits as well, like he came home in a 26.8. That's a really strong second 50. And I like Thomas Hellman. I think that he obviously took that confidence from the 200 and is like, yeah, I'll put it to the big boys in the 100. 51.1. I would have liked him to sneak under that 51 barrier, big for a 16-year-old. But those two, I thought Shane Casas, is that how I say it? How do you say it?
Casas.
Yeah, Casas. Okay. I actually thought, I was a bit surprised. I thought he would go a little bit faster. We know that he's been 50 points. So I think that's a big miss for him. I think, he's obviously not really on the team at the moment. So that's a big miss, I think, for him. Caleb Dressel, 51.6. I like it. It's a positive sign he went faster than the morning. So, that's my kind of thoughts.
He's training, baby. He's training.
Yeah, he's training. That's all we need.
That's all I can think about.
He'll be back, the Terminator.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Well, Thomas Hallman, this kid has dropped a lot of time in the last year. You know, he was 54, then 53. Now he's at 51.1 already. He's just a high school kid.
16, you're racing against your idol, Olympic champion. And then now talk to me about this 100 fly internationally. No Dressel, no Milak. Who takes it? It is up for grabs. Like Liendo there, Temple from Australia, Grousset from France, Ponti from Switzerland, Mizunuma from Japan. What's Chad like? If Chad's there, he wants to put his hand up for it. It's on. Like they're all that 50-second mark. It's all going to be tight.
Yeah, it's wide open again. It's just like kind of like the 100 breast without Petey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at this comment.
Good. Yeah, it should be a good one. Anyway, next up, women's 100 fly. And Torri Huske, 20 years of age. And make no mistake, the pressure was on her. This is her event. She's the fastest American in history. She's the world champion. You get it done. She steps up and gets it done. She's had a rough meet. 5th in the 100 free. Wasn't a great start. 2nd behind Gretchen in the 50. She missed, I think people forget, she missed the medal in Tokyo by 0.01 of a second. She comes back last year, wins the world title, and then now back in with a chance to defend a world title. I thought it was a really gutsy swim and a brilliant second lap.
Yeah. Nate, did it live up to expectations? You're excited about it?
I mean, I said it the whole time, like this was her race. She's the champion. This is her pet event. She hadn't made the team yet. Like she had a lot more pressure on her than everyone else that she was swimming against. And she came through. That's the mark of a great swimmer. The ones that can put it together when they need to, whether or not they're swimming the fastest that they can.
Just on that last
great.
Yeah, Gretchen Walsh. I don't know how she actually lost that. To be honest, I thought she was going to win with that last stroke. She was a little bit long. I'm not really sure how she kind of lost. She lost that in the last maybe 2 meters. I was backing Gretchen like the whole way. I like to see Torri Huske get up, but I'm not too sure how Walsh lost that in the last maybe 3 meters. But those top 3 girls is the fastest 3, ranked this year. So that's a really positive sign for America. Like 56.1 is moving. And unlucky for Kate Douglas, she goes 56.4 and misses. But it's still, super fast in anywhere else in the world. So, it's a good sign, and it lived up to expectation. 30.2, 30.6, 30.1. Kate Douglas came home probably, definitely the strongest, like a steam train. They all came home in 30 point. That's pretty cool. I like to see those numbers.
30 flat for Claire, but it just wasn't enough. And it's always funny. I like the swimmers that come back fast. Mentally, it's the best way to chase and, ride the wave and get over it. Kyle Chalmers, Popovich style. But, when you've got a lead of 25.6 to 26.5, Gretchen had 0.9 over Claire. You've got to do more than 30 flat on the back end. Look, I mean, you said about Gretchen, how did she not win? But she so nearly missed that spot. I mean, Kate Douglas is 900ths of a second behind her. Like,
that's moving.
It's 4 really good girls, and that's the scary thing about America. All 4 of them girls make every other international team, I think, in the world. They make the Aussie team, the British team, the Canadian team. But 2 of them missed the American team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
first 2 go out in a 25 though, so they put courage. I like that. They took it out the first 2. That's good, really good, really fast.
Yeah. Phenomenal meet for Walsh and Douglas as well. Teammates, and you feel for Claire Kazan as well, because she hasn't been too far off. But if you're not at your best, if you're not doing PBs, you're gonna miss, and that's the danger of a US trials, isn't it? You have to be at your absolute peak, otherwise you're not going to make the team. No PBs, no team, that's for sure.
This women's team,
the
women's team is just impressing,
Yeah, for sure. Well, men's 400, Carson Foster took it out, really tight finish, but this dude, he set the standard, didn't he, on day 1 with that victory in the 200 fly. He just finds a way to get to the wall. He won the 200 fly by 21 hundredths. He beats Kalish in this one by 8 100ths. They were both 2nd and 3rd behind Leon at Worlds last year. Obviously, there's still a big gap back between Leon and them both. But I think Foster's still young. He's got obviously a high ceiling, and he's going to really look forward to having a big shot at Leon especially come Fukuoka, that's for sure.
What did Leon just go at French Nationals?
410, right?
410.
Yeah. You know,
you can't compare. It's like apple and pears, right? Like these guys have to swim 408 or they don't make a team. 410 missed, whereas Leon could go, well, he could do what he likes at French Charles and he makes it,
Yeah. Well, after I watched this event, I was like, oh my gosh, Carson Foster's the leader of this team. Like he's in multiple events. He's going to be picked to swim on a 4x200 free relay. He's been to these things before in the past. He's a world championship medalist with no Dressel, no Michael Andrew.
And he's only 21.
He's only 21, but he's been the best in America for since he was a kid. He's always been in these finals. He's the leader, and I think he in that post-race interview, I think he was realizing it right there. I was watching the podium. It's him. Chase Kalish is back again. Of course, he's a vet, but he's got this one event. He's not swimming on relays, etc. And then who's third place? Bobby Fink. Bobby Fink, another one of the only other guys that's, he's double Olympic gold medalist. He crushed his 1500 earlier. He's going to be one of the leaders of this men's team. It's just not what we tend to usually see, where we've got someone just either destroying world records, or it's Nathan Adrian, who's an Olympic champion. He's on the 100 freestyle, and he's on all the other relays. It's just the juxtaposition between the men's team and the women's team is just so drastically different, with 21-year-old Carson Foster basically being the leader in the face of the men's team. And on the women's side, you got a whole slew of these veteran women that absolutely have dominated the sport for such a long time. So I think
that men's team is definitely going through like a rebuilding phase. Absolutely. And there's been some misses, obviously, rebuilding, Dressel, if we're rebuilding, I'm not too sure what to say there, but no Michael Andrew at the moment. I don't, whether he wins at 50 freestyle or not, but I definitely think the men's team is in a bit of a rebuild phase for the US. There's no one that's really standing out, screaming that leadership position. Ryan Murphy obviously is always in there, but I think with the women, there's so many, there's so many that have been there and done that. And I mean, Katie Ledecky, pretty much greatest of all time. She's there, but I think the men are a little bit, struggling a little bit, but I think there's so much new talent coming through, which is really exciting for you guys. So I think that's a big confidence booster that there's like rebuilding. Because I mean, every team has to go through a rebuild. Absolutely. You can't be awesome all the time.
Well, definitely gives an opportunity for those youngsters as well, like Hillman, 16 years of age. There's no Dressel, and then you've got that next generation coming through. So it's exciting.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The women's 400, Katie Grimes, and much the same as Torri Huske, I thought. Hadn't had a great meet so far. Comes into this one, a lot of pressure. She's the world championship silver medalist in this event. And people forget last year as well, she only lost to Summer by, half a second, albeit Summer cut sick earlier this year and just went that ridiculous world record. But for her to deliver under pressure, she'd already made the team for open water, but now she's on the team here officially for the pool as well. And, a 4:33.8, and with a breaststroke leg that she's got, she's at 17, she has a big upside if she can start to make some inroads into that breaststroke. Alex Walsh there, second, 4:35.46. Walsh is going to, obviously, she's the world champion, the 200 IM. She's got that coming up on day 5. And don't forget Emma Wyant, obviously the Olympic silver medalist who got disqualified in the heats, didn't race the final.
Look at that split, 30.6 on that last 50 for Grimes. Like, I think she came home, what's that, like a 101 in that 100 freestyle.
So 6.8.
Yeah, that's pretty solid for a 101 in that last 400 IM. She just obviously chasing down Walsh from that breaststroke leg. So that was a nice little battle to see those two. I actually thought they would have gone a little bit faster, but I guess that's all they had to do to qualify. Tick.
I think Katie Grimes really needed that. She hasn't been blistering. Her other teammates have done particularly well. Claire Weinstein's done really well. She missed the 800. I don't know if it was the best time. She missed I think she missed the relay in the 200 freestyle. So when this race came out, I was like, oh man, she needed that. She got a victory. She's on the team. She might not be swimming her best right now, but she's got a chance to go and do that in Japan. But yeah, I mean, Summer McIntosh just light years in front of these girls.
Yeah, we speak about Summer's 400 freestyle world record, and okay, for sure, race of the century, that's great. What got lost was his 400 IM world record. Like a 4:25.8 is just insane. Like there's only 2 other swimmers in history that have gone sub 4:30 without a floaty suit. And that was Peak Hozu winning the gold at the Olympics in a world record time in Rio, 4:26. And then Shi Wen Yi, who won gold in that world record time in London in 2012 when she did that crazy final 50 faster than Lochte. So, mate, jeez.
What, 58.8 or something she went?
Well, I think the last 50 was 28.9.
Yeah, I think she was 58.0 or 58.1 coming home.
So, just crazy. But, yeah, it just goes to show, like you said, she really is McIntosh light years in front in that 400 IM.
This is a great point. You know, Grimes has been she's swimming open water a lot like the distance swimmers in Europe. They're all doing both. And she's been winning. I mean, we just watched her at Open Water National Championships win. So that's a great question. I don't know. We'll have to ask Ron Aitken.
We don't have the answer. Mate, you swim open water. You win open water. How do you?
I definitely don't swim open water.
Man, I don't think these young girls that are doing these types of events aren't tapering that much. You know, you don't need to.
But that would be my take. That would be my take. You know, these young girls, they're not like a big muscly guy like Ben Proud who needs 4 weeks of dropped everything. You know, they're probably not doing much in the gym. They probably need the big volume. Yeah, they'll be all right. And Ron knows what's going on. She'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? She could have just been sick. I have no idea. Maybe she's not tapered at all. You know.
Yeah.
Just take 1 session off. You're on bungee jump taper. Just poof, gone. Finish with the 50s.
One second, Kurt. We've got the inside scoop here. Grimes said on a podcast that her coach won't taper her until Paris. And that's kind of like the Rocco approach. Like in South Africa, Rocco won't taper his guys until Paris. Like they get like an 80% taper or, you know, a 50% taper. I just, there it is. People care about them quads big style. Cheers, Alfonso.
Yeah, cheers.
That's your reward
like a drop taper
Paris.
or a full taper?
Yeah,
that's great. That's a long time to get a full taper.
Miss Paris, no taper. You get it in LA.
If you make the Olympic team, I'll give you a taper. I promise. That's your reward. 50s. Tough for 50s. It all went the way you think it would, wouldn't it? We'll start with the backstrokes. Burkhoff, you know, runner-up at Worlds last year, 0.01 off her US record. Regan Smith was right there, second fastest US all-time now.
Just 100th behind.
Ever. Yeah, it's 100 behind. And Greta Walsh just continuing her crazy meet. The men's, Justin Ress, Hunter Armstrong, you know, Ress is the world champ. Armstrong's the world record holder. So it is what it is.
Nice little battle.
Yeah, Justin Ress is so funny.
Who is?
Justin Ress.
Justin.
Yeah.
Bit of a character.
Yeah, let me pull this up. Hold on.
Is this him Blink 182
How do you share screens on this daggone
thing? Be good, Nate. Come on, you better have the goods here.
He's chalked it up.
I'm just waiting for the DQ, honestly.
Kid's got jokes.
You got to after what happened last year. I mean, just to fill people in, he got DQ'd in the final last year and then reinstated.
Yeah,
it was because you couldn't be fully submerged on the finish. You can now be fully submerged for the entire last 5 meters of a backstroke race, which is, I think, a good amendment to the rule that was in place before. And it's not something that's been abused because you can't really abuse it. And Justin's not getting DQ'd, which is great news.
I think on that, did anyone? I don't know if you've got the 50 women's backstroke, but I felt like both of them, maybe more the Regan Smith, had a really long finish. Like they both, it was a big lunge for a 50. I thought that was the only thing I thought for both of those women. But Regan Smith, 27, would she go 27.1? Yeah, she 27.14. I thought that's really good speed. And I saw a little cheeky tweet there from I think world record.
Megan, I've got two things to say to you about this.
Coming up today as well.
Because the first thing, Megan, was you said yesterday that Kaylee's got the best underwater out of them two. Did you see Regan start there? Did you see it? I'm not having that. Regan took Burkhoff to 15. So that's my first thought. And my second thought is, yes, she will break the world record tonight in the 100 backstroke. I feel very confident saying that. I feel very confident saying that.
Yeah, she's pretty happy to, and she's swimming freely. Like, she is already on the team. You know, she's already got that pressure off. I feel like she's definitely swimming. You know, she's swimming consistently fast through the first meets coming through, and now she's just got that confidence, which is nearly, you know, you can't even buy that. So I think, yeah, it might be onto something, Sonny. I think that's. Maybe she heard me. Maybe she was like, damn, that chick said that I don't have the best underwater. And she's like, I'll show you in this 50-meter backstroke.
Well, these guys do watch these shows. Like, you know, we see that they watch Brett's stories. They, you know, even Michael Andrew yesterday got in touch to say about, like, how the team selection's working. Because I said yesterday that the priorities worked with 100-plus events, so Olympic events, then 50 events, then relays. This year, they've changed it. And Michael Andrew brought this to our attention based on what we said yesterday on the show. They've changed the priorities. So now it's Olympic events. Then priority 2 is 5th place in the relays. Priority 3 is 6th place in the relays. And then the final priority is winning a non-Olympic event. So you will get on the team for coming 6th in 100 or 200 freestyle over Michael Andrew or Nick Fink for winning a 50 in a non-Olympic event. That's crazy. And it really is relevant because there's currently 23 men on the team or meeting the criteria, and there's a cap of 26 swimmers. So as soon as they hit 26, the 50 event winners, they get taken off. Then if they hit 30, they lose the 6th place in the relays. Then if they hit 34, they lose the 5th place in the relays. And it really affects the men more than the women, because on the women's side, so many swimmers get multiple events because, you know, Gretchen Walsh, Kate Douglas, you know, all these girls, they're just great. Whereas in the men's side, well, who's doubled up? Like Tom in both the 100, 200 fly, Carson, anyone else? Like
Bobby Fink will probably in the 800 and the 1500. Yep. Yeah, there's not much. No Dreskel.
No Dreskel, no. So we're waiting to see if Michael Andrew, well, the 100 breast is on now. Hopefully he gets sub-minute this morning and gives himself a little chance to get on that team in the 100 breast.
Yeah, we just missed the women's 100 breaststroke. Let's pull these results up real quick.
Lily King had a really good 50 last night. She was pumped.
That was close as well, Megan. Like, she only just got Lydia. Like, Lydia had a longer finish, but it was 0.07 or something. Both 29. Yeah. That's moving. And these guys, I think, Lily and Lydia were taking their time this morning. That's not them on all cylinders.
And Dobler wasn't far behind either. I think she went 30.1 or something.
Yeah, she was good.
But here she is, number 1 in the 100 breaststroke, 105.8 this morning. You're going to have to get close to going under 105 to make the team tonight. Mm-hmm. These three girls. This is another excellent race for American women in an important event. You know, this 100 back and 100 breaststroke today, these are going to be the big relay spots. I would love to see a world record, Sonny.
In the 100 breast?
In the 100 back, like you just called.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, 100 breast, this is going to be fun.
You know what, right? Lily is the world record holder, and she's swimming well. 29.7 must be close to her best. And Lydia's PB is like 104.9 from the Olympics. She's not broken that PB, and she's been looking real good. I'm a big fan. Got my Lydia cap on the wall. If she goes a PB tonight, she's a 64. And if Lily's with her, she's a 64. And then they're, 64.1. Jesus Christ. No, it's not going tonight.
Yeah, 64.1. But I think you might see two girls under 105.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. God, Lily was out in 29.8 on that swim. Wow.
Yeah. We also missed the men's 400 freestyle. Carson Foster, who was seated first, decided not to swim it.
Makes sense.
But this is probably the worst event for America on the men's side. There's just so many guys. What did Sam Short just go? 341?
He went 342.
Yeah.
342.
He's fastest this year.
Yep. So we'll see. Kieran Smith is in the final. Luke Hobson, who won the 200 freestyle, he'll be in the final. Jake Mitchell, who swam a PB in the 200 freestyle after transferring from Michigan to Florida. He's been swimming well. He's in the final. I wouldn't doubt to see him up there tonight. I mean, other than Kieran Smith, this could be like anyone's. If Kieran could go 344, 345, one of these young guys might be able to sneak in. Aaron Shackle made another final.
Luke won the 200. Has he got a shot?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I mean, he's swimming better than anybody in that mid-distance freestyle right now. So he's out 153. That's 8.5 seconds slower than when he did in the 200. I would assume he's going to be out fast tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Way faster.
It's going to be a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of guys there around just making it through this morning, like all under 350, but no one's a real standout. So they're just obviously seeing what they had to do to qualify for tonight. Yeah, Luke Hobson will be a good one to watch for that through that first 200, see if he actually uses his speed.
Yeah, Jake Mitchell. Yeah, you were right. He was good in the 200, and he's the guy that done that famous swim off to get on the team last time. I think it's them two. Joint 6th in the heat. I reckon they're going 1-2.
Let me
Hobson and Mitchell.
Yeah.
Let me pull up what Sam Short said the other day.
We're going to see guys on a regular basis getting under 340. Like, why is that mark so special?
It's just, Thorpe went 340 like 5 times or something crazy. So 340 low, and he swam it different like every time. I think you just got to have speed as well and fitness. It's kind of like that sweet spot. Like, I think when I went in the 342, I was out in 150, back in 152, like 2 or something. So you just got to be able to really. I think you just need you need the front end and the back end. It's like it's tough. And I think only Thorpe really mastered it. Obviously Sun Yang went 340 as well, and Paul beat him in, but Thorpe swam it like repeatedly.
Yeah.
And I think his fastest time he went out in was like 148.8 or something crazy, which I don't think anyone else has done. So I think until you see people going out in those 149 lows, it won't really be touched. I know Elijah went out in 149 at Worlds when he went his 341 too, so he's on the right track as well.
It's
Short's hungry for it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But that's
think you've got to come back sub 150. That's my fault. I think you got to come back sub 150.
Well, and look at what these guys were going. I mean, they're out in 153 this morning.
Yeah.
They're not going out with. They're supposed to even be coming back.
I was focused on listening. I was just saying, Sammy Short, he's a student of the sport, so he loves those times, and a bit like in that previous generation, Grant Hackett was a big student of the sport. He knew all the splits, he knew all the world records, he knew exactly what he needed to be, and Sam is very similar in that mold.
Do you reckon Sammy Short will get under? Anyone will get under that 340? That's a big barrier to break. Huge.
Yeah, probably one of the toughest in world swimming. So, I'd like to see what they can go at Worlds, and then ask me again.
Well, it's kind of funny. 2 years ago, Thorpe was on here, and he said had this big clip kind of go viral about the 200 freestyle and how everyone's swimming it the wrong way. And this clip is about the 400, but it's the same. I'm feeling the same theme here, right? Like Thorpe was out in 148 before, and guys aren't going out under 150. Guys in the 400 freestyle need to go out faster. They still got to bring it back, but they have to go out faster, So we'll see.
And it's harder at those big meets as well, because it's not about the time. Like, it's about winning.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter if you go 5 minutes, if it wins you the race. Obviously, that's ridiculous. But there's always tactics involved on top of that, which only goes to reiterate those swimmers that produce world records in big, world championship or big Olympic finals is just a testament to how quality and how much class they've got as well.
Did we just all watch Michael Andrew? Because everyone's in the comments like getting cooked.
What did he just win?
Final 61.5, third in the first seeded heat. I mean, just looked horrible. I wish it didn't. But it did.
101. Do you reckon he'll miss the final?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see how fast the next couple are. I mean, I don't see how that Max McHugh don't get disqualified again. I don't know if you've seen the footage of his swim, but he fly kicks every stroke. So I don't know what they've done in 24 hours to fix his stroke and still maintain speed so that he doesn't get disqualified. There he is. His knees finally gave out. Oh, no.
Well, it adds a lot of pressure to his 50 freestyle, doesn't it, on the last day?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, Cody Miller's getting eaten up right here, I think.
Yeah. Cody had a good couple of in-season swims, but if this is a 59 win, he gets in the final. He was quicker than Michael Andrew. There's no way he went 61.5 or slower. That's 60.8, 60.9. 59.9 from Nick Thing. I mean, I feel like this event without Pete has just gone backwards so heavily. Like, there was a day when everyone was knocking out 58s here, there, and everywhere. And look, 59.9 is going to be the fastest. Max McHugh not disqualified, but was PB 1 plus 1.2. So maybe without the fly kicks, he adds a second and a bit. That whole heat was faster than Michael Andrews out. 60.7, 6 guys. He's already out.
Oh.
17th. There we go.
17th.
Oh my God.
Damn.
American
That's a big
record
one.
One dude.
That's huge.
And one guy under a minute, barely sniffing under a minute. A couple years ago, we were talking about a butterfly revolution in America. We need a breaststroke revolution in America on the men's side. It has not been good.
Well, medley relay implications for that as well. And certainly that's going to make it even harder.
Jake Foster might get on the team.
He's got a chance. He missed it in the 200. Didn't swim the best time. But, you know, when you see something like this, like I just think about Reese Whitley. Like these are the weakest breaststroke events. And, you know.
Here's a crazy statistic. The Athena A cut is like 59.6 or 59.5. There's a good chance second place doesn't get the Athena A cut and cannot go. And that'll be the first time that's happened since the Olympic trials in the 400, where second place didn't get the Athena A cut.
Interesting. It may also have consequences for Michael Andrew because he's out, right? But he won an event, but it was one of those 50s. So if Michael Andrew won't go if he gets kicked because he won a 50. He won a non-Olympic event. Yeah. He's got to win the 50 freestyle or get second in the 50 freestyle to ensure that he's going.
Yeah. He's definitely going to win that 50.
Tomorrow is just the 200 IM and the 50 freestyle. And then the distance events at night, I think.
59.75.
Not swimming amazingly.
That's the A cut, 59.75. If second place doesn't get 59.75, they cannot swim this event at the World Championships.
Crazy. Yikes. It's hard to believe.
Woo.
All right. Other than that, we still got women's 100 backstrokes in the water, men's 100 backstrokes coming in. Shane Cassis, last chance to make the team here. Actually, he might be swimming the 2 IM tomorrow. He's got a chance there too, but he's running out of chances. Did a little bit better last night in the 100 fly, 51.4, just not enough. Not enough juice. Not swimming like he has been at the Tier Pro Swim Series and stuff.
No, I think he's still a chance. I think he's still a chance. At least he's had plenty of racing practice already. And he's slowly getting better. And what's his best event? I don't even know what his best event is. Like, surely it is the 200 IM. Like,
I mean, he's been 52 in the 100 backstroke. That's pretty daggone fast. So he's got a chance.
We'll see.
All right.
Lane got a chance. Get it, boy.
Lucky Lane 8. All right. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Last day tomorrow.
Last day tomorrow already. These are quick. These are so quick, right? 5 days. I keep thinking about Olympic trials next year and the Olympics next year. 9 days. Longest ever. 9 days. 9.
Why is it so why is it so long? Why is it 9 days now?
I don't know.
Yeah. Semis.
Second semis.
Is it always 9 days?
No, it'll be the first time ever. It was 6 days, then it was 7 days, then it was 8 days, and now in Paris it is 9 days. So
that's a long time.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. When we go to Indianapolis, it's like someone's got to babysit these kids for 10 days. You know? That's crazy.
That's a tougher job than swimming.
Yeah, my
Absolutely.
mom's not going to be pumped about that. I haven't told her yet.
She's got a year.
Nate Senior will love having the grandchildren.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow, or maybe actually I don't even know if we will be. Maybe
I might be here tomorrow. Might just be.
I gotta go. My
Maybe.
wife's gonna divorce me if I don't spend some time with her. So
yeah, good thinking. All right, enjoy, Kurt. See ya.